Good morning, class 10. Welcome back. We are meeting after a very long time. I hope all are enjoying this long break. But since your classes have already begun, you have started your studies, I am sure you are back in the mood to study now. Today, we will start with a new chapter, A Triumph of Surgery. One chapter you have done in English already, A Letter to God. In that chapter, you must have seen that the chapter ended in a very unexpected way. Lencho called the post office employees as a bunch of crooks. Those employees who did a lot of arrangements to help Lencho so that he can overcome his problem. Those post office employees were called a bunch of crooks by Lencho himself. But it was a very interesting story. I am very sure you must have enjoyed reading it. Now children, before I start with this new chapter, A Triumph of Surgery, there is no need to tell you exactly what you should do in class 10. You know it is a board year. You have to pay a lot of attention towards your work, towards your studies. You have to read your chapters very thoroughly, whether it is English or any other subject. In English, as you had maintained a copy last year, similarly you will do this year as well, but don't worry about copy just now, as the lockdown period is going on and you don't have any shops open, nearby shops open, so don't worry about making a new copy just now. Whatever written work you have to do, you will do in your last year's English copy. If you don't have last year's English copy, you can use any rough copy just now, and when this lockdown period will finish, sometime it will come to an end obviously, so just wait for that day, then you will purchase a new copy and do all your work neatly in that copy. But please make sure that you are reading the lessons, you are revising your work, you are completing all your written work, because all these things, all your classwork, all your written work, all your assignments will be marked later on when the school will reopen. So keep your work up to date, study well, revise everything, whatever we are teaching in different classes, keep revising everything so that you are up to the mark. Now, today, as I told you, that we will start with a new chapter, A Triumph of Surgery. This chapter revolves around two main characters. The two main characters are a dog, the name of the dog is Tricky, and the mistress of the dog. The mistress of the dog is a very rich lady. Her name is Mrs. Pumphrey. Mrs. Pumphrey. Now this lady and the dog both are very attached to each other. Both love each other a lot. The third main character in this story is the doctor, or you can say the narrator himself. The narrator or the doctor, you can say the vet doctor, veterinary doctor. This doctor also has a very important role to play in this whole lesson. As we will proceed, you will see that the lady, the mistress, that is Mrs. Pumphrey, she loves the dog named Tricky a lot. Like those children who have pet animals at home, you must be knowing very well that if you have a pet animal, how much do you love that animal. That animal is not treated as an animal in the family. The animal becomes a family member. The animal is treated like one of the members of the family. He is loved a lot. He is really adored. Whatever we eat, we give it to him also. Wherever we go, the animal, the pet dog, you must have seen in many cars, the dog is sitting in the car. Why? Because the master of the car loves the animal so much that wherever he will go, he will take the dog also with him. The pet animals are loved a lot by their masters. So in this lesson also you will read that the mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey, she does not treat Tricky as a dog. The dog is like a loved one in the family. The dog is like a family member whom she loves a lot. She cannot part from the animal. She loves the animal too much. Now, you must have heard of an important saying, excess of everything is bad. Now, she loved this dog too much, no doubt about it. But her love was in the form of overfeeding the animal. She used to overfeed this dog, and the result was that the dog became seriously ill. Now, what happened to the dog? Did he recover from his illness? Who helped in his recovery? What happened in the end? I will not disclose any secret just now. If you have read the lesson yesterday, as the message had come that you were supposed to read the lesson, then you must be knowing how the dog recovered, what happened in the end, what was the reaction of this mistress, what happened in the whole story. You must have got an idea by now. If you don't know, then I'm going to read for you. I will explain the lesson simultaneously. We will discuss the word meanings. I will tell you the word meanings of all important and difficult words. So if you have to note down something, please keep noting down so that for future reference, you have the word meanings in front of you. Now let us start with the chapter. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress. Now let us take line by line. I was really worried about Tricky. Who is I? I is the narrator himself. Or in other words, I can say I is the doctor. I is the narrator or the doctor. The name of this narrator is Mr. Harriet. Mr. Harriet is the narrator. He is addressed as I in the first line. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car. I had pulled up my car means I stopped my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress. As I told you, who is the mistress? Mrs. Pumphrey. When I saw him in the street with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. Now, when the narrator or the doctor saw the dog with his mistress on the street, he was not very happy to see them. He was not very happy to see the condition of the dog. Something puzzled him, something worried him. He was not very impressed with the health of the dog. Let us see why. And I was shocked at his appearance. He had become hugely fat. Now, as I told you some time back, today only, that excess of everything is bad. The dog had become hugely fat. Excess of everything is bad. Fat, if excess of fat accumulates in our body, then what happened? The problem of obesity arises. Similarly, in animals, if animals become unexpectedly fat, then it is an indication that something is wrong. He had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage, with his leg at each corner. Now, I am telling you some of the meanings, children. Please note down if you have the copy pen with you. I will repeat these meanings again next time. So, if you don't have the copy pen just now, don't bring it just now. Keep it next time in the next class. Bloated means excessive in size. Excessive in size. And sausage is a food item. So, he had become like an excessively big sausage. He had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. His eyes bloodshot. His eyes bloodshot. That means his eyes were as red as blood. And rheumy. Rheumy means they were watery. The eyes were watery and they were red as blood. His eyes bloodshot and rheumy, stared straight ahead, and his tongue lolled from his jaws. The dog was very fat, unexpectedly fat, the eyes were red, the eyes were watery as well, and the tongue came out from his jaws. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. Now, Mrs. Pumphrey, when he observed the doctor, it was very evident from the look of the doctor that the doctor is worried. The doctor knows that the dog is not a healthy dog. The dog is suffering from some illness. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. She quickly tried to explain to the doctor. He was so listless. He was so listless. That means he lacked energy. He lacked enthusiasm. He was so listless, Mr. Harriet. He seemed to have no energy. I am sure you know who is he. He is the dog. He was so listless, Mr. Harriet. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. You know what is malnutrition, children? You must be knowing, some of you. Malnutrition means giving inadequate diet. Lack of nutritious diet is malnutrition. So according to this lady, according to Mrs. Pumphrey, because of malnutrition, the dog was lacking energy and enthusiasm. But actually the case was not this. The dog lacked energy and enthusiasm because of overfeeding. The dog had become so fat that he had no energy to run. He had no enthusiasm to get up and play like other dogs. He was becoming lazy day by day. He was becoming ill day by day. He was so listless, Mr. Harriet. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. So I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up. Now, this was the actual problem. I am reading the problem again. So I have been giving him some little extras. Some little extras means some extra food in between the meals to build him up. According to this lady, Mrs. Pumphrey, the dog lacked energy and enthusiasm because she believed that the dog was not fed well. The dog suffered from malnutrition, and so according to her, the best way to recover the dog was to give some more food to the dog in between the main meal, that is his lunch and his dinner. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition, so I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up. Some malt and cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. So this was some extra food which was added in his diet so that he can have more energy and enthusiasm. But actually this was not the problem. Nothing much really. The lady is saying to the doctor, I am not giving him much, just a little bit of malt and Horlicks and cod liver oil. That's all. I am not giving him anything extra. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Who is asking this question? The doctor is asking. The narrator is asking. To whom? To Mrs. Pumphrey. He is asking that last time when we met, I told you that you must not give lot of sweets to the animal. Have you cut down on the sweets or not? Have you stopped giving him sweets or not? Now children, here I just wanted to tell you that sweets are very harmful for dogs. And even excess of salt is very harmful for dogs. Those who have dogs at home, those who have pet animals at home, they must be knowing this, that sweets and excess of salt is very much dangerous for animals, for dogs. So here the doctor is reminding this lady that last time when I met you, I told you that you must cut down on sweets. You must reduce sweets in his food. Have you done that or not? I am reading this part again, children. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Oh, I did for a bit. Whose reply is this? Mrs. Pumphrey. She says, yes, I have done, but a little bit. Oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak, I had to relent. Now the lady is saying that I have cut down on the sweets, but a little bit. The dog became so weak, the dog looked so weak that I had to give him the sweets that he demanded. But I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak, I had to relent. I had to give. He does love cream cakes and chocolates so. The lady is saying that the dog loves cream cakes and chocolates. I am sure the children also love this. So do the animals. He loves cream cakes and chocolates. I can't bear to refuse him. This was the problem. The lady did not want to refuse giving chocolate cakes and chocolates to the dog. The dog demanded these things, and the lady, out of love, out of affection, used to give these things to the dog, although she knew very well that these things were harmful for the dog. I can't bear to refuse him. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Now when the lady told this, that when he demands for this, I can't stop myself. I give these things, the things that the dog loves, I give these things because I'm sorry, I can't stop myself. The doctor says, this is the trouble. The trouble lies here. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. Greed for what? Greed for food. The doctor told the lady that the trouble lies here. The main problem was Tricky's greed for food, because he was never refused food. Whenever he wanted food, whenever he wanted in between meals, he was given. He was overfed out of love and affection by his mistress. This was the main trouble. Overfeeding and not teaching him that excess of everything will be bad made the dog seriously ill now. I looked down again at the dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. He had never been known to refuse food. As just now I told you, Tricky was never taught that he must refuse to eat if his stomach was full. Whenever he demanded food, even if he was not hungry, he used to like chocolate cakes, he used to like chocolates and all, and these things were readily given by his mistress. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night. He would tackle a meal. That means he would snatch a meal from anybody. He could demand a meal from anybody, whether it was day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. Many of the things Mrs. Pumphrey had hid from the doctor. She did not give more details. She knew that whatever she was doing out of love and affection is harming the dog. But the doctor was intelligent enough and he could guess that the trouble did not end here. There was something more which Mrs. Pumphrey was hiding. Mrs. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned, are you giving him plenty of exercise? Now this is another problem. As you must be knowing, children, if you have pet dogs, the exercise part is very, very important. Not only for animals. You take your example also. If we will just keep eating and eating and we don't do any physical exercise, then what will happen? A day will come when we will become excessively fat. We will become obese. You know, obesity is a disease. And then what will happen? We will have to go to the gym. We will have to run here and there, do different exercises. But then it is not easy to reduce fat. In the same way, the doctor is asking the lady, are you giving the dog plenty of exercise or not? Because lot of running here and there, lot of jumping, lot of exercise. This is a very important part of the day-to-day routine of the dogs or any other animal. For example, different animals have different routines, but the dogs especially, they run around, they need lot of space, they move here and there, they play with ball, they do lot of exercises in order to remain fit and healthy. Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Well, he has his little walks with me. Now the lady answers that sometimes he does a little bit of walking with me. With me, as you can see. But Hawking, the gardener, has been down with lumbago. Lumbago is pain in muscles and joints of the lower back. Lower back pain of muscles and joints is called lumbago. So the lady says that sometimes I take the dog for a walk with me for a little while, but the gardener who actually does the exercises with this dog is suffering from lumbago, and so there has been no ring throwing lately. No ring throwing exercises are being done with the dog because the gardener is not fit nowadays. Now I am repeating, children, all the important word meanings. Please pay attention. If you have paper and pen with you, you can note down also. But next time, make sure that paper and pen is in front of you so that you can note down the meanings of all important words which I will tell you now and then. The first word is mistress. Mistress means a woman in a position of authority or control. Now here in this chapter, who is the mistress of the dog? The lady Mrs. Pumphrey. She is the mistress of the dog because the dog is in control of this lady. Then I told you bloated. Bloated means excessive in size. Then another word was sausage. Sausage, I told you, it is a food item. Then bloodshot, as red as blood. Rheumy. Rheumy is watery. Then another is lulled. Lulled is sit or lie or stand in a lazy and relaxed way. I am repeating, lulled. L-O-L-L-E-D. Sit or lie or stand in a lazy or relaxed way. Then hastened. Hastened means do something quickly. Be quick in doing something. Listless, lacking energy or enthusiasm. Malnutrition, lack of proper nutrition. Lack of proper nutrition is malnutrition. Then another new word came here, cod liver oil. What is cod liver oil? Oil pressed from the liver of cod. Cod is a fish, and cod liver oil is considered to be very, very nutritious. Those children also who are very weak when they are born, cod liver oil is given to them for regaining strength and for becoming physically fit and healthy. So cod liver oil is oil pressed from the liver of cod. Cod is the name of a fish. Then another word is relent. Relent means become less severe. Become less severe. Then lumbago. Lumbago is pain in the muscles and joints of the lower back. Pain in the muscles and joints of the lower back. Now, before I proceed to the next paragraph, I am quickly telling you the meaning of the first paragraph again. Meaning means I will explain the first paragraph once more so that if you have missed out anything, you can recapitulate. I am reading here and you read whatever text you have opened in front of you, and line by line I will keep on repeating the explanation for your revision. In the beginning I told you that the narrator starts telling how worried he is about Tricky. Remember, the narrator met Tricky and the mistress on the road, and as soon as the narrator saw Tricky, he was not very pleased to see. He was not very pleased to see because the health of the dog clearly indicated that there was something wrong. Why? Because the dog was unusually fat, and excessive fat in his body was a clear indication that the dog was not a healthy dog. There was some problem, he was ill. So the narrator, who is a doctor also, is now very worried. Then the narrator stops his car and he talks to his mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey. And as he is talking, a very clear indication is there on his face that he is very worried and wants to know, is Tricky keeping well or not? The narrator is shocked to see that Tricky is looking like a bloated sausage. He has become very fat. His eyes have become red like blood, and they are watery also. This is a clear indication that he is not well, he is unwell, he is physically unfit. Now Mrs. Pumphrey says that yes, although I am giving lot of food to him, but I think that the dog is lacking energy and enthusiasm because he is malnourished. According to Mrs. Pumphrey, she is not giving enough food to the dog. The dog is a little undernourished, and she says that in order to boost up energy and enthusiasm of Tricky, she is giving the dog in between meals also, so that she can revive her lost energy and enthusiasm. She is giving the dog malt, she is giving cod liver oil, she is also giving Horlicks at night apart from regular meals. That means whatever in the morning, at noon time and at night, whatever the dog is eating 3 times or 4 times as specific meals, apart from those specific meals, the dog is given these extra things in his diet, and that was the actual problem. But this problem Mrs. Pumphrey did not realize till now. And so the lady is saying that although I am giving all this in between meals also, and I am giving him extra food to eat, but still I can see that the dog is lacking energy and enthusiasm. Now the narrator, when he listens to the whole thing, the narrator says that now I have understood where is the problem. I have understood why the dog is looking like a bloated sausage, because he is overfed. Because till now the mistress has not taught him that he must refuse to eat if his stomach was full. Whenever food was served, he used to eat food without any objection, and overfeeding had made the dog ill. There were 2 more problems. The doctor had advised Mrs. Pumphrey in their last meeting that she must not give the dog sweets. But because Mrs. Pumphrey loved Tricky so much that she did not refuse to give sweets, although the doctor had advised her. She used to give chocolates, she used to give cakes, and all those things which the dog loved a lot. And although she knew that these things were harmful, yet she was giving. Another problem was lack of exercise. When the doctor asked, are you giving the dog plenty of exercise? Is he exercising every day? Then the lady said that yes, sometimes I take the dog for a walk, sometimes Tricky is taken for a walk, but nowadays the gardener is on leave because he is having pain in his lower back. He is suffering from lumbago, so those ring throwing exercises are not being done with the dog. Now here the narrator understands very well where the problem lay. He knows that something has to be done strictly so that the dog can become fit again, the dog can recover from his illness. Now he says, now I am coming to the next paragraph, children. Now he says, I tried to sound severe. Now, here, the doctor is saying that I made my sound a little strict. That means now he is talking to the lady a little strictly, in a strict tone, in a severe tone. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. Now the doctor says, whatever I am going to suggest you now, I want you to implement it. I want you to implement all those advices which I will give you if you want to see Tricky well again, fit and fine again. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. The first and the most important advice which the doctor gave to Mrs. Pumphrey was that you must cut down the food which you are giving to your dear dog. That means give little food. Do not overfeed him. Do not give him excess of food out of love. You will have to be strict in giving food. You must cut down his meals. Not only this, you must give the dog ample exercise, because unless he exercises, he will not have his enthusiasm and energy back with him. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut down his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart. That means you must be a little strict, although you will not like doing it, because you love the dog so much. You are a very lovable person. You don't want to cut down the food which you are giving to Tricky, but for his well-being, for his fitness, you will have to do this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Now, this is a very sincere advice given by the narrator, who is a doctor as well. He is giving this advice to Mrs. Pumphrey, saying that you will have to do this very strictly. You will have to give strict diet to your dog whom you love so dearly. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Now she joined her hands. She is turning her hands also up and down. This shows that she is very worried. She joined her hands, and her joining of the hands, turning and twisting of her hands show that she is very worried. Worried about the health of her dear dog Tricky. She wants Tricky to be fit and fine, perfectly fit and fine again. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriet. Mr. Harriet is the doctor, or in other words, we can say the narrator. She is saying, oh, I will, Mr. Harriet. I am sure you are right.